Hi guys, it's Cindy, aka Disney Queen. Today we are going to chat about Disney. So stay tuned. So I said in my last video that I thought I would start doing a regular Let's Chat video. And it's not going to be anything formal. Really, it's going to be like you and I are sitting across from the table from each other and talking about what we've heard about what's coming to Disney, what we think about what's coming to Disney, and I'll give my opinion and you give yours, and we'll just sit like we sat down for a cup of tea among friends and just shooting the breeze. Some people call it spilling the tea. Although I don't know that I would call it spilling the tea because it's not like I'm going to be talking about anything too controversial. I will say this about the only thing that I would consider maybe controversial is I know everybody's kind of waiting to see how long before Disney is going to follow in Universal's footsteps and like get rid of masks completely. I'll just be honest, until like the pandemic is kind of like over, like down to the point where it's not like it's been for the last year and a half, I'm probably not going to be going to Disney or like any other park for that matter, just because, again, health reasons. But hey, you do you. And so I guess that would be the only controversial thing. I wonder how long it's going to take Disney to follow in Universal's footsteps. I think some people thought like by this week they were going to make a change in the plans, but so far it doesn't seem like that's what they're going to do. Although I will say this, when they first announced that you now didn't have to wear a mask all around the parks outside, but you still have to wear them when you get in the queue area. I know that caused a whole lot of ruckus, but I am curious, like everybody else, like how much longer will it be before they kind of follow in everyone else's footsteps. So I have my cup of tea. I don't drink coffee, I drink tea. So I have my cup of tea in my Minnie Mouse mug. I'm not like my British friends. I don't put cream in my coffee. I do use sugar and a little bit of lemon, and I think this is Earl Grey, and I know a lot of people probably wouldn't like, but you don't really want to hear about my tea. You want to hear about Disney. I don't know if you've seen the video that has been released about the 50th anniversary. I thought it was beautiful. Okay, first of all, because I love the color blue, and it seemed like everything was like shades of blue with sparkles and light. And I thought I saw the someone tweet or put on Facebook like yesterday, I think it was, that they had seen fireworks at Epcot. I don't know if they were like while the guests were there or if they did them after the guests left, and I know people could see them from the boardwalk. I just think that is one of the things I love about Disney, and it's another reason why I think I will wait to go back until like parades are in place. The cavalcades are nice. I know a lot of people say they actually prefer the cavalcades because it's kind of more sporadic and you don't have to stand around and wait for the 3 o'clock parade that wasn't always at 3 o'clock. But I love the parades. I love the fireworks. And so it'll be interesting to see like how soon those things come back. And like even when they come back, like is there going to be some type of physical distance? Because I know that they've kind of cut back on how far apart people have to be when they're waiting in lines. I think some people have even reported that some of the walls have gone down on some of the rides, and you don't have like a ride by yourself anymore, or a partition between some of the rides. So it's really going to be interesting to see how things change over the next month as we get into summer. I mean, I can't personally imagine going to the parks in the summer as hot as it gets in Florida with the mask on. So I understand, why people want to get rid of them. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see like what changes happen and how soon they happen. I know right now cast members can't, they still have to wear their mask even if they're vaccinated. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting summer. I'm watching from the sidelines, and wow, people have a lot of opinions, and it can get kind of crazy sometimes. So I just know for me personally and my family, because of my health issues, because of my husband's health issues, even though we've both been vaccinated, we're just going to wait a couple of years. So getting back to the 50th anniversary video, I didn't actually know this until I went and looked at the Disney Parks blog, but apparently there were like 16 secret eggs or enchanted, where you could like find the enchanted rose from Beauty and the Beast. There was a glass slipper from Cinderella, and when I first read it, I thought they were saying like when you go to the park, there would be like hidden eggs that you might, find like a surprise. But I think it's something that you're supposed to look at in the video. I've looked at the video. I haven't found it, but maybe I wasn't looking close enough. But I think that's kind of neat. They're like really trying to get people excited about the 50th anniversary. I know even if I don't make it, I'm excited about it, and I know I'll be able to see it through other people. I think the thing I really loved about the commercial, like I said, was all the blue and the sparkle. And then at the end, when the castle lit up, like that was just beautiful. Wouldn't it be neat if the castle actually lit up the way that they were? I mean, somebody said it looked like aliens were coming down to the castle, but I just thought all of the colors were beautiful. And I'm trying to imagine when fireworks come back, like what is it going to look like, and if there's going to be like this beam of light coming from the castle, because I know from watching other people who have been that they've been like reworking the area where the castle shows used to be, and I wonder if there's something in the floors that are going to be a part of the light spectacular that we're going to see, because I really do believe that Disney has something up their sleeve that we're not aware of yet, that it's going to have to do with the castle, and maybe fireworks and lights combination. So I really can't wait to see that. I'm sure there'll like be new music. I don't ever remember a time where they didn't have a celebration where like there wasn't some new music to go with that celebration. So it's like a weird time to go to Disney, but it's an exciting time to look forward to all of the things that are going to happen. I think one of the things that I really wish that I had enough nerves. Well, no, it's not even that. I really wish I had the budget to go on the Disney cruise. I've been on one cruise in my life. My daughter and I went to Canada on a Carnival cruise, but it's always been a dream of my family's to go on a Disney cruise. And the new cruise ship just wishes that's coming out. Oh my goodness, just the pictures of everything is just beautiful. Like even like what the shows are gonna be like, and of course I was in love with the atrium that you walk into when you first go into the ship, because it has Cinderella at the, I know one of them has like Little Mermaid, but this one had Cinderella. And just even thinking about, y'all know I love Cinderella, so that was exciting to me. So I can't wait to see everyone's videos when they go to get on the ship for the first time. I don't know that I would want to be like on the inaugural cruise, because I know there's some limitations. I know that it's probably going to sell up really fast because of the way that they did the tiers for everything. So it'll be interesting to see, like, is it going to be a full ship by then, or is it still going to be kind of a smaller number of people on the ship? I believe that they're going to ask for people to show proof that they're vaccinated. It'll be interesting to see, like, how long that's going to be something that people will have to do to, like, kind of prove that, you know, they've had the shot. But everything that I've seen of it, like the suites and the, like I said, the atrium is just beautiful. I love the colors of it. It looks very calming. A lot of times when I think of cruise ships, like, they're all like really dark and there's a lot going on, but this has, to me, has like a simple look to it, especially the atrium. And it's got like clean classic lines. Even the staterooms look different from the original Disney cruise staterooms. Like, I just can't wait to see and hear all about it. One of the things that I know everybody is kind of talking about is the new Avengers area at Disneyland, at California, at the California park. I am not an Avengers person, so I really don't even know that much about Avengers. I think I like watched like part of the movie when my husband was watching it, and I know who the characters and things are, but I am not a big, like, what's the way to put it? I'm not a big, like, superheroes person, so I don't really know a lot about it. But I'm hoping that my cousin he lives in California. I'm hoping that he'll get to go and see it, and I might even be able to get pictures of it. But I know everybody's excited about it. So, I mean, anything new at Disney, you're going to get excited about. But I know that there are a lot of Marvel people who I know are beside themselves with the thought of, like, having that area to, like, see the different characters. Because if I'm not mistaken, they're not allowed to be at the parks in Florida. I know they're calling it like the Avengers Campus. I know that there was like this big kind of news event that kind of shared more information and stuff about it. So you tell me, are you like an Avengers person? If you are, what are your favorite movies? Like, what would you suggest I watch? I'm pretty sure my husband has probably seen all of them. I don't think I actually sat down and watched them with him. But like, I know who the main characters are. It's just not really my cup of tea. So one of the biggest, I think, news things that came out within the last week was everyone is talking about the new Halloween party that's going to be in October. I've heard people who are excited about it, and then I've heard people who are not excited about it. I am not a Halloween person, so I think I'm more excited to see what they're going to plan for Christmas. But I do know that it's being called Disney After Hours Boo Bash, and I think a lot of people thought that maybe it would kind of be like Mickey's Very, what is it? Not Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. See, that's what I'd like to go to. But I think a lot of people thought it was going to be like the Halloween party that was after hours. From what I understand, it's still going to be modified, and a lot of people are saying you're really not getting like the quality of a event that you would have gotten with Mickey's. Oh gosh, why can't I think of the name of that? I guess because I've never been. But I know a lot of people were kind of like disappointed in the price. They thought the price was too much for what you're getting. And so because I don't really know a lot about it, I went back and I got some information because I was just really curious. Like, so what are you getting for your money? And so basically, they will have like special cavalcades. I know last year when the parks were just starting to open, they didn't do the after hour parties, and they did do like the cavalcades that you would have. They did do some of the floats that you might would have seen at the Halloween party, and people seem to love it. They like the fact that you could dress up in your costume during the day and go to the park, which usually you could only do as part of the after hours parties. They haven't said if that, by doing the Boo Bash, if that means that they're not going to be doing cavalcades during the day, or letting people come in and dress in costume. I think that would really be sad to like give that to people for 1 year because of the pandemic, and then the next year, because we're going back to normal, that you take that away. It's like, it's kind of like the cat is already out of the bag. You might as well just let people, dress up. You can say, you can't wear like a full mask or anything like that, like if you were actually doing Halloween. But I don't see anything wrong with allowing people to wear costumes. And I think it excited people about the parks, and it made people excited about Halloween, and it didn't feel so much as if, the people who can afford to go to the Halloween parties are getting, that it just seemed like it was more inclusive. That's the word I'm looking for, when they allowed everybody to kind of come in some type of costume. So it'll be really interesting to see what the rules are going to be this year versus what they were last year. So one of the other things that they said, that you will get a chance to see a lot of the characters. I think they were saying Miss Carlotta at the Haunted Mansion, to Goofy and Chip and Dale in their Halloween costumes. Of course, Mickey and Minnie will be in their Halloween costumes. And then they said there will be characters popping up throughout the park, to kind of surprise you. So that gives me the impression that you won't be like a regular meet and greet, but you will still be able to kind of like do the selfies with the characters like we've been doing, all this time before. They did say there were going to be like some complimentary snacks, like ice cream novelties and popcorn. Now, I love me a good box of I love me a good container of popcorn. There were going to be select beverages included, all included in the cost of the event. So I think that's something that they've always done. So it's good to hear that some of those same type of things are going to be a part of it. And they said basically that you have 20 attractions that are open that you'll be able to get on. They did name a few, like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which I am never getting on again. They said Haunted Mansion and Jungle Cruise, which I really love. And have you guys seen the changes to the Jungle Cruise? Like, I know that it was supposed to be changes that are going to be less, what's the word I'm looking for? Like offensive to people. And so I've seen some of the pictures of some of the things. So I'm really excited about that because I love the Jungle Cruise, and so I can't wait to see what the difference is. That is one of the things I love about Disney, is that I've never not gone where there hasn't been some new changes to Disney, and that's what keeps me coming back. Yes, I love the classic rides. I hate for classic rides to leave, but I do like to see some of the new things. So I know they're gonna have Peter Pan's Flight and Space Mountain and a few more that they didn't even name. They said to be sure, make sure that you get your photo pass. Now, I've never used the photo pass. We've always had like a professional grade camera and taken our own pictures, and we've always been able to like ask someone to take a group picture, or my husband will take a picture of me with the girls, or the girls will take a picture of me and my husband. So that's never been an issue for us. Let me know what you think of the photo pass. I know the price had gone up, and I'll be honest, when we went the last time, because we had the bands, the magic bands, we were like able to, we took up, we let the photographers take pictures. But honestly, when we looked at the pictures, I think that if I had been paying for them, if I had paid for like a package to do the pictures, I was not as satisfied with the PhotoPass pictures as I was with the photos that we had taken ourselves. So that's just me personally, because we have pretty good cameras and we always take a camera with us. As a matter of fact, my husband used to like have like his backpack and a big camera bag, and then we would take a video camera. Like, I have this picture of him. I think he had like 2 bags in front of him and a backpack on. It was ridiculous. We won't be doing that again. But I'm just not sure if the photo is like, if I know you can get the photo pass as part of your package if you have a annual pass, and I think that would be like the only reason that I would do it, unless I could get like a discount on it. But that's just me personally. You have to let me know what you think of the photo pass. So the tickets will grant you admission to the parks after 7 p.m. And I guess the good thing about it is you don't have to like have a extra, you could pick it as one of your days where you don't have a ticket to get in the park if you want to pay extra. Now, I know I have read something like the prices were between like $99, $129. I think like the closer you get to Halloween, it was like $159. Now, because I've never been to any of the Halloween after parties, I don't personally know if it's a good value. I think that like if you are not going to get like the full Halloween parade that people who've gone before are used to, and you're not going to get like the show with all of the villains and characters, and you're not going to be able to like go around and just like do the meet and greets with the characters, and if there's not going to be like a actual fireworks show at the end, I don't know that I would pay $129 for it. So yeah, you guys will have to tell me, what do you think? Like, would you pay that much for from what I'm hearing from people, is like a watered down version of the Halloween party? Let me know. I think for me, because I'm a Christmas person, I maybe would do that if it was Christmas, but because it's not Christmas and it's Halloween, I even if I was going to the parks, I probably wouldn't do it. But I am curious to see what other people think of the cost, and if you think that even though it's gonna be different from before, is it worth it? I think it's also going to depend on the capacity, like how many people they allow to get tickets. Now, if Disney just goes and just says we're letting as many people, as many tickets as we can sell, and the park is crowded with people, and there's not as much to do, if you're not waiting for the time slots for the parades, if you're not waiting for the time slots for a fireworks show, if you're not going to be able to get in line to get a personalized picture with the different characters, yeah, I don't know that it's going to be worth $129 to $159 for that. Now, I mean, some of us love Disney so much that we don't mind paying the cost, but y'all know I'm all about the budget, and so yeah, I think that would be like a pass for me. I think I would do the cruise and pay way more money for the cruise than I would ever for an after party that, especially if I had been to before and I kind of like know what you get. Because I feel like this is the thing, like with Disney, with all of the restrictions that have been up during the pandemic, that if I was someone going to Disney for the first time, I probably would not have gone even with less, like when they first opened, everyone was talking about how the park was not that busy, that you had all this room to move around, you didn't stay in lines very long, which was good. But like for me, Disney is not just the parks. Disney for me is the attractions, the shows, the fireworks, the going to the different resorts. It is also the shopping, eating at the restaurants. And so a lot of that stuff wasn't available. And to pay the full price for things with so much limited access to things, I don't know that, well, I do know I would not have done it personally, but if I was like an annual pass person and I had been to like 20, after hour shows, or if I had been to Disney 2 or 3 times every year, I probably would have enjoyed doing that. But I don't get to go. We get to go on average maybe 3 to 5 years apart. And because of that, when I go, I'm like full on ready to go, see everything, do everything. I think that if I was an annual pass person and I could just chill a little bit, or even if I was a person who lived in Florida and could go on a more regular basis, that wouldn't have bothered me. But I think I would never recommend it for someone who's never been before, or if this was some big family trip that you had been waiting for forever. Like we're hoping to take family, my twin nieces, and then I have another little cousin, Hallie, who loves Disney. She's never been to Disney, but she loves Mickey Mouse. And hey, she already my favorite just because she loves Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse. Like even when she sees me, she will say, if she sees one of my shirts, because I wear my Disney shirts all the time, she'll say, "Is that Minnie?" And so we can't wait to like go with family so that they can experience Disney, especially my nieces and my little cousin. And so I would not choose during this time frame to have taken them. But that's just me personally, and that's what we would do as a family. So I'm really curious, like, what do you think of all of the new things that's coming out? I love the fact that Disney always has something new coming out. I'm really curious what you think of the Boo Bash. I'm really curious, do you plan on sailing on the new cruise ship when the time comes? Are you planning a trip out to Disneyland to like see some of the new things that's coming to Disneyland? Like, let me know what are your plans, and let me know what you think of Let's Chat with Cyndi, and what else would you like me to chat about? I'm open to questions, but I like chatting about Disney, so it doesn't take much for me to talk about Disney. That's an easy subject for me. I could talk about Disney all day long. Yeah. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. And if you would like to know when the next video will come out, all you have to do is hit that little notification bell below. So until I see you the next time, have a blessed day. Bye, guys.